Welcome back. Well, the men and women who serve our country in the military are entitled to many federal veteran benefits. Sometimes claims for those benefits, though, can be denied, and it can be a very long and difficult process to appeal them. So joining me now to help explain how they can help veterans get the benefits they deserve is Jim Brzezinski. He is with Tabak Law. Good morning to you, Jim.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, good to see you again. You know, my understanding, so maybe you can kind of go through this, is that you work with veterans on basically any type of claim where they have a disease or disability that is linked to their time in the service, and that can be physical or mental.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Our law firm focuses on helping veterans that have some sort of medical condition that affects their ability to possibly work or affects them in their daily life somehow that is linked to their service or their time in the service, whether that be, an actual injury that happened or witnessing a traumatic event or even possibly an exposure to a chemical that leads to a disease down the road. We handle all of those types of cases.
I think it's going to make everybody who hears this angry that so many of the cases initially are denied, and I know you specifically work with those cases.
Yeah, there's quite a few. And, the VA, they have, I worked at the VA, and the vast majority of the people that are at the VA really want to help vets. The unfortunate thing is the law is super complicated. And to the layman or someone who's just trying to come in and doesn't know a lot about the system, it can be very difficult. And it ends up being that people just don't know what they need to get their claims approved. And that's where someone like myself comes in and can be very helpful.
It's so true. My father at the end of his life was at a VA hospital, and I think just having someone on your side that understands processes better can really mean a lot in those times, or even in times
Exactly.
of these difficulties. So I appreciate that that's someplace that you've worked and your experience there. Talk a little bit about secondary conditions, because I think some people don't recognize what these
Sure.
are and that they can be covered.
So this is something that I really pride myself on when I work with a veteran is looking at their entire health picture and trying to figure out if there's some way to link whatever medical conditions they have to their service. And one way that we can do that is through the secondary condition method. And what a secondary condition is when you have one service-connected condition that leads to a second service-connected condition. A very common one is if someone has a disease of the weight-bearing joints, so in the legs, either a knee or hip issue, and then later develops back pain because of having an altered gait or walking differently, or potentially having a severe physical issue that results in the development of depression or anxiety. These are things that are super common, and vets just don't know a lot of the times that these can be covered by the VA as well.
I think that's great because we are a whole being and those things are all connected and they lead to
Exactly.
problems like you mentioned. So I'm glad that there's principle on that. What if somebody's
Yeah.
been denied multiple times over the years? Is there any
So that
option for them?
Yes, absolutely. Now, for us, it doesn't matter if someone has been denied 10 times. If there's a case or if I can make the case, I'm going to take it. And a lot of times, like I said, it's just the reason people are being denied is they don't know what evidence is needed to prove the claim. And that's something where if they didn't have help, they can be denied frequently, but still have a good case. So I would say, even if you have been denied in the past, doesn't matter how long ago, it's worth looking at, or at least letting us take a look to see if there's some way that we can help you out.
You know, somebody's going to hear that and they're going to think, oh, it was a decade ago I was denied.
Mhm.
What if it's that long ago?
It doesn't matter. The interesting thing about the VA is that there's no statute of limitations. So you can file a claim at any point in your life. So
So talk about working with you then, Jim, because, okay, I'm sure someone's ears perked up saying, this is me, I need help. And they're thinking either for their loved one, their father, their spouse, themselves, they want to contact you. So if that happens, how does it work? Because there's no fee, right, for a consultation or to
no,
work with
of
you.
course not. So the way that it works is, there's of course no fee for a consult. And in fact, there's not even a fee unless we were to take the case and win additional benefits for the veteran. And if we do, what happens is the VA will withhold our fee, which is 20% of whatever the back pay may be, and pay it to us directly. So really, there's generally not a lot of money or any money coming out of the veteran's pocket directly.
That's great. So what they do during that time of working with you, even if this takes a year, they're not paying you during that time.
Yes, that's true. They are not, and again, if we don't win the case, we don't make a fee. So so we obviously work very hard for our veterans to ensure that they get the benefits that they deserve and the maximum monetary value for those benefits.
Yeah, you think about all that they put in serving our country, and they deserve help in return. Thanks so much for joining us, Jim.
Exactly. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
You bet. Here's the information so you can contact Jim. Again, it's a free consultation. There's no fee unless they win. Jim Brzezinski, VA Benefit Appeals at 414-600-8067. TabakAttorneys.com is the website for more.